Folks, there we go. Welcome to your first pop culture roundup of 2026. It's same BS over here, you guys. So let's get right to it. I'm thrilled to have her back from her lovely vacation in Cakes. That's Turks and Caicos. That's what her therapist calls it. The co-host of Snarkbait, the one, the only, still Sophie Ross Brooks. Welcome to 2026, Sophie.
I'm still me.
You're still me.
Obviously, Nick Lachey. Happy 2026, everyone. Happy New Year.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ryan, you had a good holiday?
I did. Yeah. No, I was at Dad's, and that was funny. He lives in a retirement village now, and it was interesting going to the mixer with all of the older couples, and that was very interesting. And then we came back. We had a lovely New Year's Eve with our buddies who have kids, and I mean, so New Year's was like 8:00 at night. That's what our New Year's was for the kids.
At the mixer, like people were doing coke in the bathroom.
Oh, you with the older people? Yeah, it was what they did at the mixer. They did say there's like a lot of gossip going around the retirement village, and that some people are drinking out by the pool, and you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to have glass by the pool, and some of these people are bringing glass by the pool, and then they're breaking the glass by the pool, and that's a no-no. In the retirement village. So it seems like there's a lot of drama, and that's the reality show I want to see. Screw like Vanderpump Rules and this members only Palm Beach. I want to see a retirement village in Gilbert, Arizona.
That actually would be a good reality show.
Well,
would be.
Well, you know those stories where, and this is not my dad's retirement village, but
Syphilis.
Yeah, STDs are rampant at these retirement villages.
Wait, I love how like when you think of like, they're partying, they're breaking glass by the pool, but it's like a retirement home. They're literally just like shaky.
My hands can't hold on to the glass. You're right. I should think it was probably just their inability to actually carry glasses at this age. But no, it was great. I mean, it was all great. I mean, It is funny to finally get back in the swing of things. And
my God.
Knock on wood, there have been no fires in California this week yet, because this is like a year anniversary in a couple of days of the Los Angeles fires. And then I remember like that was a couple of days, and then TikTok went down for 12 hours, and that was like a drama, which I wish TikTok had just gone away entirely because I spend too much time on it. But I mean, it's just been really rainy here in Los Angeles. What's the weather like in New York?
It's been freezing. We actually are at my in-laws in Philadelphia for the past few days since we got back from Cakes. And it's been freezing. I'm not excited to be back in the cold. But yeah, I'm not excited for anything actually. Not excited.
Just be honest with you guys. I'm not really excited for 2026.
This is like, we're obviously recording on Sunday night, January 4th. Sunday Scaries doesn't even begin to cover it. And I think it's tougher this year because New Year's Day was a Thursday.
Yeah.
So then Friday, we were like kind of online, but then we had a weekend. So it's like a longer break than usual, I feel like.
And the thing is, with very little Bravo episodes being pushed out, we were then forced to discover other things. I mean, not talk to our families or anything like that, but like we all of a sudden which I had to ask, did you watch Heated Rivalry?
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Heated Rivalry.
Well, look at this. No. I've got a Heated Rivalry Peanuts shirt.
Need that. I actually mentioned this on maybe Instagram. I downloaded the first 5 episodes for the flight to Cakes. And first of all, my sister was like, how did you feel comfortable watching that on a plane? I'm like, I have no shame. So watch the first 5 episodes. By the time I got to Cakes, I realized I was out of the country, so I couldn't watch the finale when it was airing.
Oh.
Because you're outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
And so I had to wait like a week to watch the finale, which was the longest wait of my life. My new vocalist him is, I'm coming to the cottage.
I'm going to the cottage. I'm going to fuck that tight little tush in the cottage. No, it was, guys, we talked because Rebecca loved it. I loved it. I mean, it's and by the way, the creator that wrote the book, Heated Rivalry, says, I write smut. And there's actually this beautiful story within the smut. But if you are a fan of smut, this is your show. Like, it's really great.
I also stan Skip. Scott and Kip.
that episode 3 were Scott and Kip, and that was my favorite episode of the first 3 episodes.
Me too. And a lot of people were complaining about it, and I was like, "How are you complaining about this? It's a beautiful,
it was great,
love story.
And it sets up what happens in 4 and 5 so beautifully."
Yes.
I mean, so I thought it was really well told, and I'm so curious where, the second season and what's going to happen with these actors, because now they're the hot commodity. In fact, I was just before coming on with you, the Critics' Choice Awards is happening right now, hosted by Chelsea Handler, and everybody on the red carpet is asking celebrities about Heated Rivalry, and Kelty Knight was asking Jeff Goldblum, and Jeff Goldblum was like, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Yes, of course, Heated Rivalry. I hear good things. Yes. And because Golden Globes, you guys, the Golden Globes are next Sunday, hosted by Nikki Glazer. And I'm like, are we going to be asking celebrities about Heated Rivalry the entire award season, or are they going to move on to another show?
Yeah.
Nobody's asking about Stranger Things. Nobody's asking about.
It's so funny because the budget of Stranger Things was what? What's
oh,
50
God.
million? What's 50 million times 8? Because that's how much the season cost to make.
What is that? 400 million, right?
$400 million. Heated Rivalry costs like $5 to make.
Yes. Yeah. And you can tell, but by the way, Heated Rivalry, you can tell it's inexpensively produced, but there are some shots in there that are really artistic.
Beautiful.
Where I'm like, they did some amazing things.
The skip scene on the rink, which led to I'm Coming to the Cottage. The way that was shot was so good in the song. And also the actor who plays Kip said that the smoothies at Strawberry, the smoothie shop, look so thin because they're literally like water and juice. They couldn't afford like real smoothies.
Sophie, dude, this was Rebecca's big problem with that episode. She did the roundup with us last Monday, and she was like, it was so watery that it took her out of the scene. Every time he went to get one of those smoothies, she's like, that's not a smoothie. That's not a smoothie
They couldn't afford real smoothies.
Did Henry watch this with you?
No, it was kind of a solo endeavor. He watched like a little bit with me, and he was like, yeah, I remember this being like my life when I was playing hockey back in the day, because he's a hockey player.
Oh, being a closeted hockey player? That was his life?
He was like, what is going on here?
I love that, like, in 2026, and it shows how far we've come. Like, I'm all of a sudden aspiring to be a gay hockey player. I'm like, God, that would be so badass, even though obviously I'm joking, you guys, because
who would you go for? Like, Shane, I feel like is my type.
Of the two main guys?
Yeah. Well, just Scott. I mean, let's be real. Scott Hunter, like, come on. Like,
yeah, mine would be Hollander.
Yeah, I feel
I think I'm talking personality. I'm not like, they're all great looking. They all got nice.
Yeah. No, I'm like talking about like vibe and personality. Like,
I like shyer people.
Yeah, Shane's like shy, and Ilya's more like bombastic.
Yeah.
So
no, anyways, it's fantastic, folks. I recommend it, and I'm very curious to see what happens with these actors and where they go. And I promised, I've been talking about it every episode. So great way to start. Also, Rebecca mentioned, because I didn't see this, but she was watching your stories. Did Henry lose his sandals and cakes, or he didn't pack sandals?
He didn't bring them. He forgot to bring them. The amount of my friends that were like, I know you were so fucking pissed. That's why he's wearing running shoes with jeans out to dinner on a tropical vacation. I was so annoyed.
Was this one of the first big fights of your marriage?
It's like something that I should come to expect at this point. Every vacation we've gone on, he like forgets sandals. I'm like, it's the one thing. And I like, there have been times where I packed for him, but I'm worse at packing for him because I always forget. Like, I've forgotten underwear when I packed for him. So now he doesn't trust me, but then he forgets fucking sandals. So
I'm coming to the cottage in sandals.
I'm coming to the cottage.
I'm going to the cottage in sandals. Okay, folks, we have so much news. We'll get to Stranger Things in a second, but some celebrity BS to tell you about. Zack Bryan, you guys, country singer Zack Bryan got married this last week in Spain to what appears to be a Brianna clone. His new wife looks exactly like Brianna Chicken Fry, except that she doesn't have a podcast, so she keeps her mouth shut like a good woman. I'm sure Zack thinking, but he got married in Spain, and we've seen some photos that they've released. He's always picking her up in the photos because he's smaller than her, so you can't tell that he's tiny.
He wants to look like this big man because he's actually not. When you see, there's a photo of them at like the altar, and it's a beautiful church in Spain. And it's like the first time you see them next to each other and they're both like standing up straight and they're like the exact same height, which is fine. Like that's normal for a lot of couples.
He's a small king.
He's a small period.
Yeah, he's a small period. He's a small. Well, I mean, obviously, Brianna Chicken Fry, if you don't know, she hosts a podcast on the Barstool Network. She was on Special Forces, an influencer, the whole deal. And they had a very tumultuous breakup where he had cheated on her multiple times. And this happened within this, like the beginning of, I don't know what part of 2025 this happened.
It was their breakup, I think, was end of 2024. So a little over a year ago, I think.
So then he meets this Samantha Leonard, I think was it like August of 2025? And now they are married. And then he's one of those people that sang at his own wedding. He sang the Springsteen song, Tougher Than the Rest. You're tougher than the rest, which I love that song. But I always love musicians that are cocky enough to perform at their own weddings. I always think that's interesting.
If I'm trying to think of like Tougher Than the Rest by Bruce Springsteen. It sounds like it would be in like a Ford pickup truck commercial.
Sophie, I think it has been in a Ford pickup commercial. It has to.
Like, I just don't, what does that have to do with like love?
Well, it's saying, because it's about like Bruce Springsteen in the song is talking about a woman that is just like better than everybody else. You know, you like the struggles that we have gone through. You are tougher than the rest of these bitches, right? So that's what I believe he's meaning here. So you're tougher than Brianna Chicken Fry. That's what he means.
Brianna Chicken Fry first crash out of 2026.
Yeah, so how did Brianna Chicken Fry react to this news? Because she posted something, right?
Did she? I don't know.
Page 6 said that she had a savage reaction to the news. And in a clip online, she recorded herself voicing the lyrics to Taylor Swift's Mastermind. And the lyric was, "Checkmate, I couldn't lose." And then it says, Bree is marked safe from the worst decision ever. One follower commented under the clip, "You dodged a bullet. You definitely won, girl." But I love that Page 6 says that's like the savage takedown. It was just like she was lip syncing a Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, wait, there's literally nothing savage about that. It's just,
I mean, it's fine.
It's the meme of someone pretending that they're okay when you know that they're not. But
I would just be more disturbed that it really does look like Brianna Chicken Fry. Like it does. Carbon copy.
They're literally like identical. It's kind of creepy. But
if you're this girl, Samantha Leonard, aren't you even a little worried of like, hey, I kind of do look like Brianna Chicken Fry. Like this kind of, are we good here? You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'd be weird for sure. Why did you give her Timothee Chalamet as Bob Dylan voice?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Samantha Leonard. I'm tougher than the rest. I'm my new man, Zack Bryan. But by the way, this is a way if you are getting a lot. By the way, his stadium, he still does stadium tours. Like he's still as popular as ever. But it is funny if like you're being called out for cheating on every relationship you've ever had. This is a great way to potentially shut up the haters. Just marry somebody.
Just like get married.
Just get married to somebody.
That'll show them.
That'll show them. And Zack Bryan will never have to face anything because I'm sure this marriage will last until the end of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're tough. They're tougher.
They're tougher than the rest. Speaking of Timothee Chalamet, did you see Marty Supreme?
No, still not yet. We
still
need to. We haven't had time to. Was it good?
No, I haven't seen it either.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank God.
I haven't seen it. So the Screen Actors Guild nominations come out today. And then hopefully Timothee Chalamet will be nominated because then I'll be able to get a screener for it. But I was hoping to see it in the movie theaters. But Timothee Chalamet is at all of the award ceremonies. He was at the Palm Springs Festival Awards last night with Kylie Jenner. And then tonight he's at the Critics' Choice Awards. Obviously, Marty Supreme being nominated and him being nominated for Best Actor. And in fact, did you see the two stars from Hacks, Paul Downs and Megan Stalter? They dressed exactly like Timothy and Kylie with the orange leather
orange
outfits.
Matching outfits. It was so funny. Yeah. By the way, I just texted Henry. He's in the other room, and I said, we need to see Marty Supreme next weekend. So we're going to see it.
You say, pack your sandals. We're seeing Marty Supreme, baby.
Pack your sandals. We're going to the cottage.
We're going to the cottage to see Marty Supreme. We're going to kiss. Okay, so that happened. Also, over the break, This St. Bart's, you guys, it seems like a horror show around these
I'm scared
times.
of St. Bart's. I've never been, and now I'm at the point where I don't think I want to. I'm scared.
Folks, we are here once again to talk about our good friends over at Quince. Now, it's January here in Los Angeles, and it is raining cats and dogs, so you need clothes for those colder winter days. I'm wearing my very sharp, lightweight sports jacket, if you can see this on YouTube right now. But this is your moment where your winter wardrobe, it really has to deliver. And if you're craving a winter reset, start with pieces truly made to last season after season. Quince brings together premium materials, thoughtful design, and enduring quality so you stay warm, look sharp, and feel your best all season long. It has everything you need. Men's Mongolian cashmere sweaters, wool coats, leather and suede outerwear that actually hold up to daily wear and still look good. The outerwear, especially impressive. Think down jackets, wool coats, Italian leather outerwear that keeps you warm when it's actually cold. Each piece is made from premium materials by trusted factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. And by cutting out the middleman and traditional markups, Quince delivers the same quality as luxury brands at a fraction of the price. The result is always going to be classic styles that you're going to love that hold up year after year. So refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/sobad for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/sobad for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sobad. There seems to be so many celebrities, and the celebrity that we heard a lot about was Tom Brady and Alix Earle, who were both in St. Bart's, and we have video of them kind of, I don't know, not like
holding hands.
Yeah, holding hands,
and she's like rubbing his back, and they're just like standing next to each other in a flirty way.
And the light, there's like a light grinding happening. And
wait, also, what about how his flashlight is on in his
so you
pocket?
guys, he has his phone in his back pocket, but you can see that he left his cell phone light on because celebrities, they're just like us. Now, Tom Brady is like 48 years old, and Alix Earle, if I'm not mistaken, is like 28 years old, right?
No, younger. Or younger. I think Alix Earle is 24, 25. Alix Earle, age 25. She's 25. She just turned 25.
I'm not good at math, but that's like a 40-year age difference, you guys. I mean, just right off the bat, that's 40. No, that's like a 23-year age.
He's like twice her age, basically.
Well, her dad's 50 years old. Her dad is 2 years older than Tom Brady.
I also, we talk about this on Snarkbeat on Dark Energy Tuesday tomorrow, but I know that it's always creepy, right? When an older guy and a younger girl. And I know that there's always going to be a power imbalance with an age gap like that. She's a smart businesswoman. I think that she's a really, really, really smart. I don't think she's a yacht girl. I know she's been hanging out with Nina Dobrev.
No, not at all. I don't think she's a yacht girl.
She's not a yacht girl. She doesn't either. But I think she's a really good social climber. I think she knows that this is good. I think Braxton Berrios is holding her back because she can date an A-lister like Tom Brady. Tom Brady, if he approached you at the bar, would you say no? Yeah, he's pushing 50. Would you?
Yeah, if he approached me, I'd be like, yeah, I've seen Heated Rivalry. Let's do this. Come to the cottage with Tom Brady.
Come to the cottage.
Tom Brady's asking people to come to this cottage. But, no, Tom Brady. Listen, he obviously is a legend in terms of football. Even though I don't really follow football that much, I know he's a legend. But he always seems like kind of a goof. From a social, from a pop culture perspective, he always just kind of seems so obsessed with football, which is great. But he kind of seems goofy, and I read about his
corny dad. He
but
posted,
also his diet. Remember his diet? He only ate
diet.
Very specific foods, and I'm like, this guy doesn't seem like a ton of fun to hang out with.
No, he definitely isn't. It's so funny because after the Tom and Alix rumors or the sightings or whatever, he posted on his Instagram story a Facebook dad meme that was the difference between winners and losers is giving up or something like that, something about working really hard. And I'm that Alix Earle and her friends are making fun of him. He posts a 50-year-old dad because he is.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then with the 100 emoji.
Yes. Well, Braxton Berrios is a football player, and I would imagine most football players would look up to Tom Brady in some way. So this has got to kill Braxton Berrios. If all of a sudden your lady breaks up with you after Dancing with the Stars, and then she's on with Tom Brady.
I don't feel bad for Braxton. He allegedly cheated on Sofia Culpo with Alix. He was still with Sofia Culpo when he first hooked up with her, allegedly.
As Justin Timberlake says, what goes around comes back around.
Exactly. Karma's a fucking bitch, Braxton. And also, your name's Braxton.
Yeah, Braxton's bad. Alix Berrios. I just miss seeing Alix Earle in Dancing with the Stars because that's actually where I kind of was like, oh shit, you got a lot of talent. And the further Dancing with the Stars I get away from that, I'm kind of like, oh, you're boring again. You're just like clubbing.
Well, now she's
for me particular.
She's on a yacht with Glenn Powell, Nina Dobrev, Kelly Teller,
Miles Teller. Yeah.
I'm like, something.
All the greats.
There's all the greats.
Yeah.
Literally nightmare blunt rotation. There's like very nefarious vibes there. Like, I know that like she has, like I said, she's a really good social climber. I think she's smart. I think she knows what she's doing. And I think that she's like the Kim Kardashian of her generation.
When you're interesting. But she
just think about it.
But at this age, she's already so well ahead and so much more respected in certain avenues than Kim was at that age.
Like,
so
it'll
be interesting.
Even bigger than Kim Kardashian.
I mean, if she makes the right moves, and I do think, I don't know, it's very interesting to think about. But also, then if you're on a yacht with all of those, like everybody's hot on that yacht. Now, if you have all hot friends and you're celebrities in a yacht, does that mean like everybody orgies? Do you have to if you're that like, or do you owe it to all of your hotness to just all have sex with each other? Or do you think it's like pretty tame?
I mean, I feel like, that could be what's going on. And that is why Nina Dobrev is prolific at what she does.
Wait. You said the Nina Dobrev, and I mean, I know her as an actor, but I'm picking up on the cues. Because wasn't she just engaged to Shaun White, the Olympian?
Ryan, she's
a yacht girl?
She's a prolific yacht girl. And don't play dumb. I know you know that.
She's a prolific. I do not.
Wait, you guys, Ryan is trying to act so innocent. He's trying to get me to say
no, I knew about Zac Efron. I know the Zac Efron rumors. I've never heard the Nina Dobrev rumors.
Similar to Zac Efron, yes.
But Nina Dobrev...
She hasn't acted in anything in years. Why is she always on a yacht?
Because acting's hard, man. You have to audition. Like, you're always coming this close.
How is she getting the money?
God damn. Now you put that in my head. Great.
Ryan you guys, he didn't want to say it. He had to goad me into saying it and acted all dumb, like he's never heard this before.
I swear on Rebecca and our future child, I've never heard a Nina Dobrev.
Wow. That's surprising to me. I feel like
meet me at the cottage, Nina.
Meet me at the cottage. Baddies, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you are familiar with this. I feel like it's like just such a widely known secret.
When I hear you say these things, I realize pop culture is passing me by. I realize as I get older, I'm just like, these things, this is all new to me, the Nina Dobrev stuff. Okay, let's move on to Kyle and Mauricio from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They were in Aspen together, and I told you last week how their daughters were making these cute TikToks of mommy and daddy watching a movie, feeding each other popcorn. And then Page Six did an article saying that they were like very cozy on New Year's Eve in Aspen, and that they are probably back together again. What are your thoughts on this?
You guys, you really believe that they're back together?
No, I do not at all.
I don't at all. Like, not at all.
I think he might have hit it. But I think he's going to hit it and quit it. You know what I'm saying? I think he might have, yes, love bean, we'll do this for tonight. And I do think and I hate to say that, I think she would like to be back together with him. But dude.
You think?
Oh, yeah, I do think, actually.
Wow.
And I do think she would. I think she would like it. I also wonder if they would get back together because Mauricio's taken so many hits in the press and on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills about being a man whore.
A slut,
that like, is it good for business if he goes back to Kyle? Like, obviously there's a real relationship, real kids, all of this stuff.
See, that I could get behind. That they're like, yeah, you know what? This is good for business. But like, are they actually like romantically in love again? No. Well, I highly doubt it.
If Mauricio's out there on the streets of Beverly Hills, he loves to make out in public on the streets. with multiple women. Yep. All of a sudden, he's like, I've sowed my old oats. I'm ready to go back to Kyle. Like,
I'm ready to go back to the cottage.
Yeah, I can't be at the cottage. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting. Also, I don't know why that it almost makes me sad because I feel like Kyle's going to get hurt again in some weird way, because I think the Morgan Wade thing potentially was a one-off in terms of, I think she fell in love with this person and a person happened to be a woman.
The way that she was talking about it on Beverly Hills, I definitely got the vibe that she was genuinely in love with this person and she was 100%. Genuinely heartbroken.
Yeah, I totally believe that. So, guys, keep an eye out. We'll see how that happens. But Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they didn't air episodes these last 2 weeks. And then this week they come back. And this Erica Jane, I just watched a clip of her on the Beverly Hills After Show once again, where she's like, I want to keep our relationship special and private. Like, bitch, you have no storyline. You're going to keep your relationship with this dude private? How dare you? How dare you?
I cannot stand her. I need her gone. I need her
gone.
Get her off my show.
Get her off my show. Get her off my show. So let's move on to Stranger Things. After what seems like 30 years, we have come to the end of Stranger Things, where they released the 2-hour finale on New Year's Eve. And I did watch all the episodes. And what did you think, Sophie?
They just wanted to ruin our holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. It ruined it. It was so bad, you guys. So I had a lot to say. Actually, I compiled a bunch of funny memes and tweets of all the people complaining about how bad the finale and season 5 were in general. And it kind of went viral over on Starkbait's Instagram, Starkbait Pod. And so many Stranger Things simps are in the comments being like, it was a feel good. It was the perfect. And I'm like, I don't want feel good. Someone needed to die. You have 80 main characters. Not one person dies. You're fighting a giant interdimensional alien on
and all of a sudden
planet.
It was easy. It was easy to destroy the Mind Flayer. It was easy to destroy Vecna all of a sudden.
Wills? Oh yeah. Okay, Vecna. Oh my God, bullets, machine guns don't affect him. Suddenly, Joyce Byers stabbing him. Yeah, okay. And then Will Byers' coming out scene. Someone timed how long it was. That was, I think it was 6 minutes and 50 seconds, longer than it took them to kill Vecna in the Mind Flayer. It was 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
You know what?
It was way too quick.
But maybe in Will, it was harder to come out than it was to kill Vecna, because that actually really is a hard thing to do, And Vecna, by the time, it was fine.
Vecna was easy to kill randomly.
By the end, even Vecna was tired. He was just kill me already.
Do you remember season 1 having, it was true detective vibes. It was dark and gritty and nostalgic. It was really cool.
But now it's
Marvel Disney slop.
Well, we don't need to have these kind of huge Dune creatures and stuff. Bigger is not always better. And the storytelling, especially in season 1, where it was so eerie, so creepy, and those kids' performances really did harken back to E.T. and Spielberg and how he worked with kids. And that's where they got a lot of the inspiration for this show in the first place. You can actually go online and find the original pitch packet. It used to be called a show called Montauk that they pitched to Netflix with. And it was so well done. And they were able to execute what was in that pitch packet on screen. And I think this thing became such a global phenomenon that they just started making it bigger and bigger. But the Duffer Brothers who created this, I think they almost forgot some of their own lore, because there were so many kind of just unanswered things, or why this was easy, but this was hard. And, it kind of follows the same rules of storytelling for these past couple of seasons. Having said that, it was fine. It was great. The kids were fine. The dialogue's cheesy. The music is second to none, because they can afford to have the best songs Prince and David Bowie and
they
the
had
Pixies.
Purple Rain. That it didn't even make sense though. Songs that they chose, in my opinion. I don't know. I was so disappointed. And I think there were so many plot holes. Where were the bats? Where were the Demogorgons? Where was any the Upside Down used to be scary, first of all. And now all of a sudden they're going in it's going to the ball.
Also the Upside Down is easy now, because there's there's 2 other levels that they've just created in the season.
I'm sorry. As soon as Stranger Things Downfall was introducing Vecna in season 4, because And Jamie Campbell Bower, amazing as Vecna.
Yeah.
This is not against him. It's the fact that Upside Down used to feel like this like amorphous, scary thing. And now it's just like some guy.
Right. Now it's easy. Like, we'll drive a full truck into this thing and then we'll just go to like, hey, find your house in the Upside Down. And you're like, oh, it's like really easy. It seems like easy to get around. But
wait, did you hear that Ross Duffer between season 4 and season 5 got divorced from his wife, who's also a screenwriter, and she wrote the Fear Street movies, which I love, by the way, on Netflix.
Yeah.
And that's when the show, season 5, like season 4 was great. The season 4 finale was amazing with Eddie Munson. Like season 5, something shifted, and I think it's because she was actually the brains behind the operations. What's her name? Ross Duffer, ex-wife. Lee Janiak. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Wow.
But everyone's something to think about.
It was interesting. This is on Netflix, obviously, but they also did a deal with AMC and other movie theaters to show the finale on New Year's Eve. And you guys, these showings brought in $25 million, but they had to do some weird like wrangling where it wasn't $20 for a ticket. It was $20 for concessions because Netflix did, if you paid it for the movie, they would have to pay their actors. So they did this workaround where it was $20 towards concessions. Now, Netflix was very generous in that they didn't take any of this money. They gave it all to theater exhibitors. And especially since Netflix is going to purchase Warner Brothers, this is a window into how things might operate. We found out over the weekend that Netflix, their ideal window to have a movie theater in the theaters before it hits streaming services is 17 days. 17 days. Now think about that. If we wanted to see Marty Supreme, we'd be shit out of luck by Friday. If Marty Supreme was a Warner Brothers movie, so that is where the direction that things are going. Now, I thought it was great that they were able to show Stranger Things in theaters. I wish these actors could have gotten paid, but there was no deal in place. So Netflix took zero money, gave it all to theater exhibitors. So it has some goodwill there. That's great. But 17 days for a movie, that means...
I have a question about that. Like, how is that profitable for Frito-Lay?
What do you mean? Like the...
Wait, you don't know that quote? That quote from Game Night? Jesse Plemons.
Oh, Jesse Plemons with Jason Bateman. Yeah.
How is that literally? How is that profitable for anyone to only have it in theaters for 17 days?
Well, but it because it's like the Blockbuster model is that we make all of our money on this movie in the first weekend, and that's hard because these like more independent films or like movies with like stories to discover or word of mouth. You're then saying you got to see it in the theaters immediately, and most people will then just be more inclined. They're already inclined, but more inclined to just wait until it hits your home theater, you know? Now, the Duffer Brothers themselves, you guys, they've got a lot of deals in place with Netflix. So, Sophie, this might actually make you happy. Their next project comes out in 2026. It's an animated series called Stranger Things, Tales from 85. And it takes place in between seasons 2 and 3 of Stranger Things. And it has 11, Max, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, Will, and Hopper, all voiced by different actors. But it is an animated series that takes place in between those seasons. Did you know that?
I saw this in passing, and I think I'm okay. Think so.
Okay, well, how about this?
In the mail.
They also have with Netflix an 8-episode drama called The Burrows, a seemingly picturesque retirement community in the New Mexico desert where a group of unlikely heroes break glass around a swimming pool. No, where a group of unlikely heroes must band together to stop an otherworldly...
Oh, I was going to say.
To stop an otherworldly threat from stealing the one thing they don't have, time. And it stars Alfred Molina, Gina Davis, Alfred E. Woodward, Dennis O'Hare, Bill Pullman, Jenna Malone.
I'm not going to lie, like, I'm intrigued by that, but I don't trust the Duffer Brothers anymore. They completely, like, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but Henry said, hands down, Stranger Things botched their finale more than Game of Thrones did, in his opinion.
Oh, wow. I see. I thought Game of Thrones botched theirs more than Stranger Things, but, you know, that's really interesting. They also have another project called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen, which is a horror series that follows a bride and a groom in the week leading up to their ill-fated wedding. And it's with Camilla Morone from Daisy Jones and the Six.
Oh, yeah.
And Adam DeMarco from The White Lotus and Overcompensating, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Ted Levine. But that is to be determined, but they've already cast it. So that'll probably be 2027. So they've got a lot of projects with Netflix, the Duffer Brothers, but it'll be interesting to see how much they go to that same kind of storytelling aesthetic, or if they're able to break free from that, you know?
I think literally their downfall was getting too much budget. Like, I think the $50 million an episode was not necessary at all. It's like season 1 was amazing when I'm sure their budget was a tiny fraction of that.
Well, if you have these relationships with the kids, that's what really, you know, on top of the moody aesthetic, that's all you need right there. But yeah, it became a big budget action-packed thriller.
It was an adult show for adults, you know, like it was like adult dialogue, like really good, you know, acting and writing. And then all of a sudden it was like just slop for like kids. It felt like.
But anyway, I still enjoyed watching it. Like, I got through it, but it is interesting to see where that show kind of, you know, kind of expanded through the years. This is a positive story. SD Haim from the band Haim and Jonathan Levin, they got married on New Year's Eve, and Taylor Swift and Stevie Nicks was there. Paul Thomas Anderson, the director, with Maya Rudolph, his wife, the actor, got married on New Year's Eve. And then what I think is really cool about this story, on New Year's Day, director Paul Thomas Anderson, who did One Battle After Another and Boogie Nights, he put together at the Ojai Playhouse, which is a movie theater in Ojai where the wedding took place. He did a whole day of movies, and he curated this list for all of like the wedding guests and SD and Haim. And the screening started at 9 a.m. in the morning with Repo Man, then Casablanca, then the Stanley Kubrick film Barry Lyndon, then Casino, then The Birdcage, and they ended at midnight with The Father of the Bride. And these were all on
fun.
Yeah, all on 35 millimeter, snacks, all of that stuff. How cool would that be to, like, hungover from your wedding, you just kind of like pop in and out of these amazing films all day?
That's so fun. I love that. Is it bad that I haven't seen any of those movies?
You've not seen The Birdcage or Father of the Bride with Steve Martin?
No. Father of the Bride I've seen like probably when I was like a kid. Like, not in so long.
Oh, Father of the Bride holds up still. We just watched it a couple months ago when Diane Keaton passed. And I think that's a magical movie. I think I think Henry would love it. You would love that movie, I think. And The Birdcage, you would find hysterical. I mean, those two alone are amazing, but they're all amazing films.
Okay. Noted.
Now I wish you guys could get married again so I could program a day after your wedding of movies.
I know. That would have been amazing.
Just popular reality show like episodes, like the Scandival episode.
Oh my God.
Or let's talk about the husband.
Speaking of Vanderpump, I was just showing Henry remember when Sheena's like, hey, Jax is working behind the bar, and she goes, hey, do you want to see a clip from my music video? And he goes, not really, no. And then takes a shot. That's like my favorite moment.
You know, that's what I was talking about because I forgot what series I was talking about on the Patreon, but I was saying like it was about Kody Brown on Sister Wives, which you don't watch, but he's just a narcissist. He's horrible, but you can't deny that he's magnetic to watch. Mm-hmm. And it's the same magic that Jax Taylor has, is that you have to accept as a viewer that he is a horrible person. Once you can get past that and not feel guilty about it, you have to admit that most scenes Jax were in, just like that Sheena scene, he brought something like that kind of assholery brought something to it that not a lot of people have. When you have somebody that's that big of an asshole, there's something captivating on reality television with those characters.
Yeah, like that big of an asshole, and also just we're laughing like at him. You know,
exactly.
Like I feel like 99% of the time we're laughing at him because he's so stupid. Yeah. And that's funny. Like it's just funny.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the audience in today's like day and time, and it's not like woke or cancel culture, but there is this element of we're sometimes scared for there to be a full like asshole on screen. We almost feel like, should we be watching this? Yes, we should be watching this. In fact, it shouldn't even be our responsibility. If anybody, put that on the producers. Like if the producer says this goes, we should be able, if it makes it to air, we should be able to watch this stuff guilt-free to a degree. Right?
Right. Yeah, I mean.
Well.
Yeah,
But let me get your opinion on this next one. So there's a new series that you haven't watched, but I had to watch all 8 episodes. It's on Netflix. It's called Members Only Palm Beach. And it is kind of they're trying to be the Real Housewives.
I saw this on Netflix, and I was like, "This is Netflix's version of Housewives."
It's Netflix's version of Housewives, but it doesn't come close. Like the first couple of episodes, I think you'll be really like into. These ladies are all like weirdly horrific in certain ways, and everybody's like social climbing and trying to get into Mar-a-Lago. It's like and they're all doing it in the name of quote unquote charity, but they don't really seem to like understand what actual charity is. Like the one of the lead ladies, Hillary, is best friends with Jill Zarin. Like I just found out. Teresa Giudice pops up in the 8th episode. But it's a horror show in a lot of ways. And I don't even know if I have to interview one of the ladies this week. And I really am trying to figure out how to approach the interview because this is one of those cases, like you just said, like we were laughing at Jax. Do these ladies realize that they are being laughed at? Or my thing is, how much of the audience for this is laughing at them? And then how much of the audience is like, oh, this is really cool. This is aspirational. And I think it's so out of pocket that I would have to imagine it's a very slim few that thinks this is aspirational.
I mean, I feel like that's the majority of Housewives now too. Like, I know that Housewives started as, behind the gates of like the wealthy elite, and Beverly Hills still has that, I feel like, for the most part, but like we're not like necessarily envying these women. We're entertained by how psychotic they are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the thing. But even with the Housewives, there's certain glamour and certain like a class level. Yeah. That's not here. That's not on this show. Like they all dress like maniacs and they all think they're like hot shit. But the further you get into it, it's like, it's not even Stepford Wives. It's like it's such a bizarre viewing experience that by the end, it wore really thin on me by the end. But I could see where you might get a little juice out of it if you're like a big Housewives lover, but also like at the very end, they do this thing like Heather Gay on last season of Salt Lake, where it's like, everybody pull out your phones and read bad things about each other. They did the same story. They had everybody like go around the table and read bad shit that they were talking about each other. So anyways, I want to let you guys know that's out there. Sophie, did you obviously have talked or know about Alabama Barker and all of her Christmas haul?
That her dad getting her lingerie? Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, so Alabama Barker, once everybody, we went too hard, you guys. Alabama Barker, we upset her, and she wanted everybody to know in a very big rant on social media that you guys, we're idiots. It's a Christmas list she made, and Courtney had her dad. It wasn't that her dad went out and picked out from Agent Provocateur all of this great lingerie. It's that she had to make a Christmas list, and she gave it to Courtney, and then, the dad purchased it. So she wanted everybody to know that her dad's not a pervert. A couple questions get brought up, though. Is like, Sophie, have you ever asked for lingerie pieces from your parents for Hanukkah?
No, that's a quick no.
Yeah, right? It's quick no. I feel like that's
have to think about it. No.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though, like me asking Doug for lingerie?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can't. I think most people can't. And so my thing is, there are so many wrongs here. First off, for her to even put this on your Christmas list for your parents to buy. Secondly, then it has to go through Courtney. And Courtney's like, everything checks out here. Going to give it to your dad. Like
I'm sorry.
How messed up are you?
Quick just plug, because we actually, Christy, my Snarkbait co-host, read Travis Barker's memoir over the holidays. Instead of spending time with her family, she was like, I'm going to read Travis Barker's memoir.
What year was this memoir out?
I think it was 2015. And I don't like him. Like, I think that he is a perv. I think he's a creep. Don't like him. Everything that she basically recapped it for me for the Patreon, for Snarkbait's Patreon, and which is coming out this Wednesday. And yeah, I don't like him. I think that he is individually this is controversial, sorry. He's a bad father. And I think that Courtney also is a bad mother. I'm sorry. I don't think that she's a good parent from what I've seen. So I think together, I don't think that they're good parents at all.
Well, so it's interesting, and I know you have not done this, but I went back. I've trying to catch up on all the television this past couple of weeks. So I've been making my way through this past season of The Kardashians. And, I've already said this, but Courtney just comes off so extra horrible this season. But it is like, unlike the Members Only Palm Beach, which, you might consider a comedy, which I just talked about, the true comedy is this season of The Kardashians. Like, it is one of the funny, if you can get, like, it's a horror show, but it is so funny that Kim goes over to tell Courtney, to hang out with Courtney a little bit because, they're not hanging out as much, and tells her about her brain aneurysm that she found out about on a scan. And then she says, oh, and get this, I found out there was like a hit on my life. And Courtney's like, no way. And she's like, yeah, there's a hit on my life. And then Courtney's like, have you ever had dates with butter and sea salt? And Kim's like, I just told you there was a hit on my life. And she's like, yeah, but I'm hungry right now. And I'm have a new baby and I'm hungry. And like, it is so hysterical, unintentionally funny because these people are like, their lives are so huge and big that they're talking about death threats. And then Courtney can only think about herself during like the conversation about the death threat. And then she's talking about parenting. And like, you're probably right about Travis Barker, but you know what covers up a lot of that is just having an obscene amount of money. Like the fact that Alabama Barker felt comfortable enough to go online and show a Christmas haul when it totaled over $200,000. Like if I was ever wealthy and I was able to give my kid a fraction of that, I would be like, don't ever post this shit on social media. Don't. It makes us look like assholes. We're obviously doing way better than 98% of America.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Don't post this shit. But then it's like they want to post this shit because that's the only validation that they get in life. Sorry, you guys.
No, you're right. Like, especially right now, like people can't afford food. Like, we don't give a fuck about your like disgusting lingerie that your dad bought you. Quick question. I want to go back to the dates with butter and sea salt. Was that actually what she said? Was it dates with butter and sea salt? That sounds That kind of sounds good. Like I'm
and this is how warped I was. She said it, and I was like, "That does sound good." Like I automatically went to that over Kim's death threat.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? She's right. Dates do sound good. And and then Kim's bitching about the Met Gala. She's like, "I've got so much going on." And it's like, then don't do the Met Gala, you idiot. Don't do it.
Wait. So it's like that popular TikTok sound where it's Chloe being like, oh my God, I have so much going on. I have a spray tan on Thursday and then Friday I fly to Vegas. And Scott's like, things are booking up quick. Okay, wait. So dates with butter and salt are a popular and simple snack or dessert, often noted for tasting surprisingly like cookie dough or a chewy caramel.
Right? Like, I will tell you, I've been thinking about it the last 2 days, and I was like, I got to get my hands on some of this stuff.
It's a centuries-old combination.
Yeah.
Balancing the natural sweetness of dates with the rich, creamy butter and savory, flaky sea salt.
Hell yeah.
It's quick, no-cook recipe, only 3 ingredients. Oh my...
Yeah.
Wait. Oh my God. Yeah. We went grocery shopping today and I'm mad we didn't get dates.
Well, it should be on there. So anyways, Alabama Barker, you're insane. Travis, you're insane. Courtney, you're insane.
You're moving on so fast from the dates.
The dates, I don't want to get hungry. Like, and then I'm about to do a story that's going to make you potentially hungrier, but it doesn't, by the way, this doesn't even sound nearly as good as the dates. Sprinkle Cupcakes, you guys, went out of business over the holiday after 20 years in business, and they shut down all of their stores with no notice to the employees. So they worked a holiday season, and then all of a sudden we're told that they are just closing up shop. And so many
really
employees,
sad.
Very, very sad. And the thing is, the initial owner of made like an Instagram video. What is her name? Candace Nelson. She founded it in Beverly Hills in 2005 after she introduced the Cupcake ATM 7 years later.
Yeah.
And she sold the company, you guys, to a private equity firm in 2014 for an undisclosed amount. And she did this video saying, I didn't think this was how the story was going to go. I thought Sprinkles would keep growing and be around forever. I thought it would be my legacy. Don't sell things to private equity, you dork.
Yeah.
You dork.
We were just having this conversation with my in-laws, and Henry works in finance, but he fully understands that private equity buying up everything is going to ruin everything.
Private equity doesn't care.
Everything gets it. They only care about profits. Everything gets worse. Everything gets worse under private equity. Have you ever noticed that Panera is bad now and overpriced? Private equity. I used to love Panera. I was Panera's biggest fan.
Well, didn't they kill a bunch of people with that Red Bull drink that they put out there that had like enough caffeine to kill a village?
Lemonade that kills you. Yeah.
Yeah, that lemonade killed Vecna in the season finale of Stranger Things, you guys.
It's like the beach that makes you old.
Yeah.
But so the sprinkles thing, yeah, private equity. I also like cupcakes. Those cupcakes were all the rage in like 2012.
Yeah.
And I saw a TikTok also of someone being like, maybe this is why Sprinkles went out of business. And she was like doing the Sprinkles vending machine at the airport. And then it like sings a song to you. It's like, Sprinkles, cupcakes, yummy, yummy. Fatty loves cupcakes, fatty, fatty.
Hey, we forgot it was like suit and tie, hair slick back.
Drives me wild.
No, so yeah, you guys, Sprinkles is out of business. And I don't really go to Sprinkles. So I was kind of bummed for the employees. And then the owner, it's like, if you sell something to private equity, that's not going to be your legacy. Like that, legacy is when you like stay with a business and you nurture it and you don't give up on it and you don't take the easy way out for millions and millions of dollars, even though I'm sure that is so, so tempting. But I just thought that was so wild. But still, the dates with butter sound way better.
Oh my God.
Wait, this is a story I need your take on because I don't watch this show, but I know you do. Tell Me Lies is coming back for a new season, right? But they announced that there is a companion podcast hosted by Nastasia Stassi Schroeder and Katie Maloney's going to be a guest. There's like a bunch of celebrity guests. And this Stassi, remember, Tell Me Lies is a Hulu show. Stassi has 2 Hulu shows, one called Stassi Says, it'll come out in 2026, and one Vanderpump Villa. And she just hosted the Mormon Wives reunion, but they're really in bed with Stassi right now. But what did you think of this as a fan of Tell Me Lies?
I'm not going to listen to the companion podcast. I watch so many shows that have a companion podcast.
I know.
Not once listened to the podcast. I'm sorry. I'm going to watch the show and then I'm going to turn it off and then I'm going to forget about it until next week. Okay?
But those companion podcasts are all the rage, either for people that were in the actual show. Like I always joke about it on here. It's like if I could go back in time, I'd be a star of a 90s sitcom so I could eventually 30 years later do the companion podcast. So they either have old ones or they have new ones. Like the Pluribus one is like really big right now. Severance had a big... I actually did listen to the Severance one with Ben Stiller and Adam Scott. I did listen to that one.
I listened to the Chernobyl one, but that was back in like 2018. That was like that was the original companion podcast. If the show is like a rich enough text where it's like there's a lot to unpack, Tell Me Lies, there's not that much to unpack. It's like Steven DeMarco is an asshole. That's basically it every episode. It's good. I love that show. But like, we're not talking about like nuclear bombs, okay?
Yeah, that's hysterical. Well,
also, like, I just don't understand why Hulu is so obsessed with making Stassi the face of Hulu.
Because
like,
I think
they really believe in her that much. Because
I think they do, but I think they're looking for stars because they have the Kardashians. They're trying to get the Nader sisters to be like elevated, so they're putting a lot of money into the Nader sisters, and I think they're putting a lot of money into Stassi. They're banking on her, and I think they were doing that with Nick Viall to a degree, but now Nick has that show coming out on Netflix about like age gap relationships, which is disgusting,
by the way. Age of Attraction.
Yeah, that's coming out in 2026. So it wasn't that he got fired from that reunion spot, but, Netflix is not Hulu and they're not going to like encourage, they're not going to keep Nick on as that.
I don't know. Like, you guys know how I feel about Stassi. Like, I used to be such a diehard fan and now I do not fuck with her. And I thought she was terrible hosting the Secret Lives reunion. Like, I just don't. It's crazy because I used to love her, and now I just don't see like any sort of.
Does she still have her own solo podcast too?
I think she does, and I think she also. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. She has a solo podcast, and I think she has a podcast that she does about parenting with Bo.
Oh, but I think that's a Patreon. That's a behind the wall Patreon.
Oh, okay. Like I don't know, but it's like how many podcasts does one person need?
Right?
Says like the person who puts out an episode every day. Says me who does.
And by the way, you guys, I'm looking for another one if anybody wants to have me on or start a rewatch podcast with me. By the way, don't you sometimes think that of like, because the stuff we do, like, and your Starkbait is even more specific, which I love, but sometimes I'm like, fucking just hire me to do a rewatch podcast, like, because it'll be easy, like just a really popular show, and I'll just bullshit about the show, like, get this though, this is a true story. Guess who else has a rewatch podcast coming out?
What was his name? Stellan Skarsgård from Chernobyl.
No, Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things. The Stranger Things Rewatch
wait.
podcast drops today, January 4th, on Spotify. Stranger Things
really?
Rewatch podcast. I swear to God.
I thought that was a joke tweet.
Oh, was it?
I really thought that was a joke. I'm pretty sure it's a joke. There's no way.
Oh, then they got me, you guys. Okay, well, but I was like, if that's happening, like Rewatch podcast.
No, that was a joke, right?
Damn it!
Fell for it. It was a joke tweet. It was people making fun of Noah Schnapp because they don't think he's gonna get hired after this.
Old man Bailey got fooled again. Old man Bailey got fooled again.
The media literacy is not.
Open the schools, you guys. Open the schools.
So fact check. That's
sorry,
not
you guys.
actually happening. But Noah Schnapp, I think, was actually not the worst actor in season 5. I think that Finn Wolfhard and Millie Bobby Brown were worse.
Know what it is? I just think they have very interesting looks because Finn Wolfhard, I went back and watched those It movies and he was pretty good in the It movies. Like, I think he just looked, he looked just, I don't know. But yeah, the Millie Bobby Brown, I just don't watch anything else that she does. But like, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if she's a good actor. Holmes? I'm not watching Enola Holmes, but I'm like, is she a good actor? I don't know. So I'll be interested to see what her future holds. Wow, I'm so bummed that happened. Guess what came out a couple days ago, you guys? Our favorite book of 2026, Cake Eater by Carl Radke. Cake Eater is out, you guys. But this is what really blew me away about this book. It's only 170 pages long.
Yeah, I kind of want to just like quickly read it. Also, I've heard from a bunch of people that are reading it that it's pretty good so far. It seems like, there are typos that and like repeat sentences. There are a lot of like it seems like an unedited version went out. So that's something to look out for. But overall, it seems like a good read.
I hear he's very honest and there's very intense in talking about his own addiction and his brother's addiction.
That he watched someone die.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
I did know that. Yeah, that's in the book.
There's one part where he talks about there was like a creep on his balcony, like watching him and his girlfriend. And so then he went out to confront the creep and then he fell off the balcony and died.
I did. God. And that. Ugh. And then talking about how he had told Steven from Summer House off camera about letting that dude blow him. And then Steven brought it up on camera and, Steven later apologized. But like, imagine that. Imagine you're like telling somebody like one of like a deep, dark secret. And then he brings it up on camera on Summer House. And he said on Summer House that he used to have to like drink like in the bathroom in the morning before even shooting just to like get through the day. And I was like, damn.
God, I feel like that's how I would be on reality TV. Like I would probably be so anxious and uptight and just like you can't relax. There are cameras everywhere.
And that's why I think it's interesting, like Carl now, because you can see he's trying to figure out who he is, and there's like a little bit of an awkwardness.
He's uncomfortable in his own skin, it seems like.
Complete. And it makes you understand why you would medicate for that. So that's out there. I can't wait to read that. Couple more things, you guys. Oh, this Sally from Southern Charm. Sally from Southern Charm, you guys. What a weirdo. She was on the 2 T's in a Pod podcast, and it came out that her and West hooked up. Wes Wilson.
When was that?
She said like he was down there for some event or something. And then like she didn't go into details, but she was like, yeah, we kind of.
West is disgusting. I hate Wes. I hate him so much. Sorry, I do. But Sally also sucks. But what I was reading about was that she said that JT tried to blackmail her.
Yeah.
Which is why he was ultimately kicked off the show. Or one of the reasons he left the show was that, production paused because that was like bad. And I don't know what it was. Apparently, maybe it was like blackmail about Sally doing drugs, which could affect her career in the medical field, I guess.
Which is like Meredith Marks. Being called a pill popper can affect her career in the DJ community. You can't have that getting around. Right?
Yeah, can't have that coming out. God,
no, but
forbid.
Sally, but like West really gets around, man. But like, and Sally, obviously, we call her like a little bit of a pick-me, and I think she jokes about it on her own, TikTok. She made a TikTok about her being a pick-me girl with some vocal thing. I don't know, but I just thought, man, like, and Sally. In that point, like, I just love, like, Sally seems like the person that lets you hit it and quit it.
Yeah, which, great. More
great for Wes. Great for Wes.
Yeah, like I feel like Sally is one of those girls like, no, I won't get too attached. I don't see her getting too attached.
No. And as long as, and by the way, if it was for her own, like, her own sexual pleasure, that's another thing. That's great. But I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's like me, you know?
Validation. Well, that's a whole conversation about, insecure women or men that seek validation through sex. Yeah, that's a category of human being for sure, but we don't need to get into that.
I'm not the one to have that conversation, you guys.
We're not psychologists. This isn't the Vile Files,
I was saying that last week. I was saying,
and by the way, you guys, we get into such a rant about Nick Viall on tomorrow's Dark Energy Tuesday.
If I did a relationship, like if I ever attempted to do that, I would just say, always just like whatever I said, just do the opposite. Like if I gave advice on a podcast, I'd always say, just do the opposite. Like I would think I would never be that person to try to give advice like that on a national level, but who knows? As we end,
but you don't have the fucking like gonads of Nick Viall.
I don't have the balls
and the self confidence.
Oh God, no, I have none of that. I have very tiny nuts.
He thinks that he's so fucking smart and right about everything, but he's like so wrong about literally everything. I hate him.
It's the smarminess, and you're the one that you first pointed it out to me, and I didn't notice it first, but now I'll watch clips on TikTok. He does have us like a slur. He slurs.
It's like a speech impediment, and people get mad when we.
Oh, it's a speech impediment. I didn't know. I thought it was just like a lazy kind of.
But yeah, it is.
And
also, I say this on Starkbeat too, that I think he's also high when he records, and
he's a
really pothead.
Oh, he's a pothead? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I don't think that helps, like he just always is like he's always with one leg crossed, and he's always either wearing like slippers or cowboy boots.
Keep it casual. I
can't stand him.
Yeah, he was like, man, Zach Bryan stole my wedding idea. Damn, I want to get married again. Do it in Spain. Tougher than the rest. Okay, as we end today's show, let's talk about some things to look forward to in 2026. Starting this week on Thursday, we have the premiere of The Traitors Season 4. 3 episodes will be released at 8 p.m.
Wait, this Thursday?
This Thursday, you guys.
Oh my God, sorry, I'm texting Henry again before I forget.
We have Lisa Rinna, Dorinda Medley, Alan Cumming, Mama Kelsey, Mark Ballast, Portia Williams, Michael Rappaport. So that's coming out. We also, then January 8th, I don't know who's looking forward to this. We have Lala Kent and Amber Childers' new podcast called An Unlikely Affair. And remember that Amber Childers is Randall Emmett's ex-wife, and Lala Kent was the mistress. And so now they have teamed up together to do a podcast starting January 8th.
The podcast the world has been waiting for.
It will make your money however you need to make it, I guess. Dancing with the Stars, if you're a fan of that, the live tour starts January 22nd with a lot of the pros. You got a lot of new TV premiering. The Pit Season 2 premieres on January 8th. We have the new Shaws of Sunset reboot, The Valley Persian Style, premieres this Thursday after Beverly Hills. Also, Shrinking Season 3 premieres January 28th. Bridgerton Season 4 Part 1 premieres January 29th. The Grammys are on February 1st. The 2026 Winter Olympics kick off February 6th. The Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny is February 9th. Cardi B's tour launches February 11th. The new movie with Margot and Robbie and Jacob Elordi, Wuthering Heights, premieres February 13th. There's a revival of the TV show Scrubs premiering February 25th on NBC. And then February 25th, we have Survivor Season 50 in the hands of the fans.
Oh my God, I need to catch up on Survivor before then.
But you don't even need to, because it's all like, you actually, because they have a lot of players from the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Christina Applegate releases her memoir March 3rd called You with the Sad Eyes. On March 15th, we have the Oscars hosted by Conan O'Brien again. And then on March 22nd, we have The Bachelorette Season 22 with Taylor Frankie Paul.
Wow.
March 22nd.
And then March 27th is my birthday.
March 27th, Sophie's birthday. You got it right, folks. Also, to close it out, Justin Bieber headlines Coachella Music Festival on April 10th. Devil Wears Prada 2 hits theaters on May 1st. The Met Gala is on May 4th, and the theme is Costume Art. Ariana Grande launches the Eternal Sunshine Tour on June 6th. Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping premieres November 20th. And Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson are reportedly set to reprise their roles in a flash-forward epilogue. The Fokker-in-Laws sequel, or Ben Stiller and Ariana Grande, premieres November 26th. Things that we do not have dates on are Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, The Real Housewives of Rhode Island premiere, and The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 4 premiere. So those are to be determined.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot. Can you keep up with it? What are any of those? Are you looking forward to any? You mean you're looking forward to Survivor?
I'm looking forward to Survivor, Tell Me Lies, Traitors, Valley Persian Style. What else was on there? Oh, Taylor Frankie Paul is The Bachelorette. Like, I'm not interested in the Bachelor franchise anymore, but Taylor Frankie Paul is going to.
Oh, I'm watching it for her.
I also am excited for Wuthering Heights.
I think it's going to be really good. It's the same. It's Emerald Fennell who directed Saltburn
and Promising Young Woman, and I love both of those movies. So yeah,
and Jacob Elordi, man, I thought he did so good in Frankenstein. I think he's one to watch. And also, Euphoria is coming out at some point in 2026 as well, the new season.
Oh well, okay.
But by the way, Sydney Sweeney allegedly, her character is now an OnlyFans model. I swear to God.
I did see that she is like an online something.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, sure.
This will take 3 minutes, Sophie. Mary Cosby doc, you guys. Sophie hasn't seen it. I've talked about it a little bit. You were asking if it was worth watching, and I would be curious of your take. I think it's a little bit of a jumbled mess in how it's presented, and I think sometimes maybe it's not best to use a bunch of content creators in terms of like research. It almost looks a little TikTok-y then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have like, there's a couple like talking heads that are like very like Cheyenne Roundtree that writes for Rolling Stone, who's great. She's in it. A couple of others, but sometimes I don't know. Like, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been in documentaries before. We've been in these kind of things, and it's cool, but I don't know if it gives credence to the actual very serious topic. And I also don't think I think Mary's church was a cult as much as most churches are cults. And so the word cult, I almost think, does a disservice to the actual like underbelly of what is happening. And that the step grandfather marrying Mary while she was married to another dude, like, to me, that was like the big piece of information that I was not aware of yet. But yeah, it's very sad. But I think a lot of organized religion does take money, but there were so many non-specifics in terms of how many people faith Pentecostal, how many parishioners there were, how much money was going through those doors, because we see Mary's closet full of designer goods and living high on the hog, but was that couldn't have all been from faith Pentecostal. Like, I was so confused about some of the details.
I have not watched it yet, but there are some parts that I have seen discourse about. One of them being the car crash that Mary is very blasé about to Whitney on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was apparently a very devastating car accident.
It was, and they have the gentleman who lost his family member, and then we see the scene in Salt Lake that we all laughed at in the scene because Mary was so out of pocket telling Whitney and her daughter about this, and so but I was already aware that Mary has been really cold and like a complete weirdo at times. Like, so to me, but to hear like the actual person that lost his family member speak about it, it gives it a gravity that sometimes you forget about in reality television.
And the other thing I saw, I haven't watched it, was apparently there was a family at the church going through something. I can't remember exactly what it was, and asked for money.
Oh, yeah.
And Mary prohibited other church members and the church from helping this family out. Meanwhile, she has her Birkins and her Chanel bags and her hoarder closet. Yeah. I think that Mary is a narcissist and a really terrible person. I don't think that's surprising. Like, I feel like I've known that. But in Bravo land and Housewives land, like, it's kind of like the upside down, honestly. Like, we have people that stand Jen Shah. Like, people stand her for some reason. I have never understood it, not once.
That's why I would be curious on if you think life, if there's ups and downs and karma and all of these things. Obviously, Mary has gone through a lot in these last couple of years, especially with her son. I do wonder if that has given Mary any like chance to pause and reflect and maybe even change her ways. Like that's what's very confusing about it, is that I don't know really when the complete, like where the church is, because we see on this season of Salt Lake, the church has been redone and she has a mass, but like how many parishioners are still going? Or is it open on a weekly basis? And has Mary changed? Like, can you, like the Mary that was like marrying her step grandfather? And by the way, they don't even live in the same state, her and her step grandfather, anymore. And we don't find that out from the documentary. We know that just from like how they speak about it, is that the dad is, the step grandfather / dad is not there to even be there for his son. And by the way, the docuseries does point out that a lot of this is on his shoulders. And Mary was very young at the time, and obviously was very attracted to wealth. And I don't know. So I don't know if we'll ever get Mary's side of it, because I do not believe, like she posted an Instagram today saying don't listen to the lies, or hashtag don't listen to the lies in a post. So who knows? But overall, I was hoping that the documentary would be a little more pieced together better, in a sense. Like it was very confusing to me. So, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts when you watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it, but I'm also scared.
Yeah. Well, we've done it, folks. End of 2026 already. Remember, Dark Energy Tuesday on Snarkbait. On Thursday, they're covering somebody that this one pisses me off, Sophie. Are we allowed to say you're covering on Thursday?
We are doing an Andy Cohen deep dive. We're talking about Andrew.
If you say one bad thing about Andy, now Andy's somebody that I want to go to the cottage with. Like, meet me at the cottage, Andy. Meet me at the cottage.
It would be really fun going to the cottage with you, depending on who you are.
Well, that's really most of the stories is probably, Andy gets around. Andy likes to get around.
Yeah, and he likes his younger, quote unquote, twinks, as he calls them.
Who doesn't, right? Come on. Show me a man who doesn't like his twinks.
What?
How dare you, human. Sophie? How dare you? Can't the man enjoy a sensual pleasure now and then? Why would you be like this? Anyway, so that's coming up on Snarkbait. Remember, tour dates are on sale for Snarkbait as well for 2026. So make sure you get your tickets before they sell out. And I think that is it. But Sophie, I'm so happy to talk to you again, and Happy New Year, and tell Henry I said what up.
Happy New Year. Love you guys.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm having a baby in 2026. So that's something to look forward to,
Best year ever.
Oh,
the year you
shit. Wait. I just realized our baby's going to be born right around the Bachelorette premiere. Oh, it's going to be hard for me, you guys. Damn it.
Well, priorities.
Priorities.
You're going to have to make it work.
Have Rebecca keep that baby in for another month. If we cook that baby for another month, anyways. Okay. Sorry, guys. Have a great start to your week. Bye.
Bye.